What do we do about that? Well, let's keep going. Point 2. How do we get out of it? What does the Red Sea story account tell us about not just what we're getting out of, but how we get out? And the answer, I already mentioned this, it's crossing over by grace. In verse 13 and 14, when Moses hears them crying out, this is what Moses said, and boy, is this classic. Do not be afraid, stand firm, and you will see, my text, the deliverance of the Lord, the salvation of the Lord. Of course, Charlton Heston says, behold, and see. Well, he takes it right out. Behold and see the salvation of the Lord. And of course, he says here, be still. The Lord will fight for you. And actually, he says, see the deliverance of the Lord will bring you. Now, on the one hand, the principle of grace couldn't be clearer. Stand still. God's going to do your fighting. Watch. You can't do it. You can't perform it. You can't contribute to it. Stand still. You're not going to do a doggone thing about this deliverance. God's going to do the whole thing. And when he says, be still and trust the God who will fight for you, boy, does that come close to Romans 4:5 that says, and now to him who worketh not, that's being still, but trust the God who justifies the ungodly, to him his faith is credited as righteousness. Boy, that comes awfully close. Be still. See? Don't look at your works, and let receive a complete salvation done not by your works but by Christ's work. So there's the principle. But what I like here is we're not just given the principle of grace, we're given actually a wonderful image. How does that grace operate? It operates by crossing over. On one side of the Red Sea, they were within reach of their old false masters. They were under sentence of death. Pharaoh said, we're going to go get them, or we're going to kill them. And when they were on that side of the sea, they were reachable. They were still under sentence of death. But as soon as they crossed over, they crossed over, and when the Egyptians tried to cross over, there was an invisible warrior stopping them. And so the minute they crossed over from death to life. They crossed over from being under condemnation and being under the sentence of death, and they were no longer under the sentence of death.